Despite Real Madrid defeating reigning holders Manchester City, it was Bayern Munich who took control of the first leg of their UEFA Champions League semi-final. However, with the tie level, the Bavarians still have everything to do in Spain, but there's some clear reasons why they can get the job done. 1. La Bestia Negra. Bayern may not be having their best season domestically, but they showed in their 2-2 first-leg draw with Madrid exactly why Los Blancos are so scared of them. Thomas Tuchel's men dominated possession and the shot count, and after Vinicius Jr.'s opener, it looked like it was going to be all Bayern. Leroy Sané scored one of the greatest goals of his career before Harry Kane tucked in from the spot, but Vinicius was there again to keep the tie level. Including this season, Madrid 17 and Bayern 13 have appeared in more semi-finals of the Champions League than any other teams in the history of the competition. Throw in its predecessor, the European Cup, and those records are extended to 33 and 27, respectively. No team from outside of Spain has beaten Madrid more times than Bayern, 12, earning the nickname La Bestia Negra, which translates as the Black Beast. In fact, Bayern have been a constant menace to clubs from Spain, with their overall record standing at played 70, won 35, drawn 16 and lost 19. Bayern showed why they have such a reputation in Spain during the first leg, and there's no doubt that aura will continue when they head to the capital for the decider. 2. Kane leading the charge. Despite the best efforts of former Borussia Dortmund man and England teammate Jude Bellingham, Kane showed what makes him one of the best in the world during the first leg. The Three Lions captain had his colleague in his ear when he stepped up for the go-ahead penalty in the 57th minute, but it didn't bother him in the slightest as he sent André Lunin the wrong way for one of the most important goals of his career. The 30-year-old now has 44 goals in 44 games for Bayern since joining last summer, and looks hell-bent on claiming his first professional trophy. In Europe alone, no player has scored more goals than Kane's 8, and that's particularly important when you consider that Madrid don't have a reliable out-and-out center-forward to compare since Karim Benzema left at the end of last season. Bayern's defense is just as impressive too. Manuel Neuer now holds the Champions League record for most clean sheets, 58, after shutting out Arsenal in the second leg of the quarters, while Eric Dyer and Matthijs de Ligt have formed a solid partnership in the center of defense, where they are flanked by Joshua Kimmich on the right and any one of Alphonso Davies, Rafael Guerreiro and Noussair Mazraoui on the left. De Ligt was missing for the first leg and Kim Min-jae deputized, but it's expected that the Dutchman will be back for the Bernabeu. 3. Last Chance Saloon. Kane also joined Bayern to add trophies to his CV, and the 30-year-old will be desperate to ensure he doesn't finish the campaign empty-handed. Especially after losing out in the DFL Super Cup and DFB Cup already. Kane's not the only one. After all, this is a club, and group of players, used to success and one that made unprecedented history as German champions until Xabi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen turned up. Even then, Die Werkself had to go 29 games unbeaten to dethrone Bayern. Then there's Thomas Tuchel, whose tenure comes to an end this summer. He will be doing everything in his powers to collect a Champions League winner's medal on his way out of Munich, and Bayern will be buoyed by their coach's 100% record in UCL semi-finals, having progressed to the final in 2019 20ths and 2020 21st, winning the latter competition with Chelsea. 4. History on their side. Beating Madrid and advancing to yet another Champions League final would be some achievement for Bayern. Better yet, it could tee up a familiar tie in the showpiece final which will truly get spines tingling and hairs raising. That's because sitting on the opposite side of the draw are Der Klassiker rivals Borussia Dortmund. Last time both Bundesliga teams were in the semi-finals in 2013, they made it all the way. An even bigger omen than that is the fact Bayern's triumph that year came at Wembley, the host of this season's final. BVB are 1-0 up from the first leg of their semi-final with Paris Saint-Germain thanks to Niklas Füllkrug, and their victory also cemented a fifth Champions League spot for the Bundesliga, securing Dortmund's admission to next season's edition. With the pressure now off, Edin Terzic's side are hopeful about finishing the job in Paris, and it wouldn't be a surprise if history repeated itself and Bayern used that motivation to meet them in London. 5. De Ligt's return. Tuchel has in some ways been spoilt for choice at centre-back with 4 international-level elite options for 2 positions. As the season has worn on, it's become clear that he favors Matthijs de Ligt and Eric Dyer, and that's been showcased in Europe with the pair combining for 2 wins and a draw in 3 games without a single goal conceded. De Ligt was missing against Madrid in the first leg, and his replacement, Min Jae Kim, didn't have the best of nights against Vinicius. Asked about De Ligt post-match, Tuchel commented, "We'll have to wait and see," and the Dutchman has since been seen rehabbing away from the main training group alongside Deo Upamecano, Leon Goretzka and Jamal Musiala. Unavailable against VfB Stuttgart this past weekend, if De Ligt does return, it will be a huge boost for Bayern. The 24-year-old's only previous meeting against Los Blancos came in 2019 in the last 16, when Ajax ended their 3-year championship streak in stunning fashion with a historical 4-1 win at the Bernabeu. De Ligt's reading of the game and proficiency in duels will instantly put Madrid's forwards at a disadvantage, and his return could well be the difference. Despite